Welcome to the TDC Today Show communities. My name is Sue Roscoff. The Disability Channel, or TDC, is out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, showcasing abilities. TDC is committed to providing quality digital media production services, education, and employment programs by and for persons with disabilities and veterans. TDC offers digital media production, video production, post-production, social media, and podcast creation, production, and support. TDC offers education and employment programming, which includes digital media courses to persons with disabilities who are unemployed and underemployed. TDC also offers community partnerships. Through partnerships and sponsorships, community partners and organizations become ability champions by supporting media created by and for people with disabilities and veterans. We are your USA team, and I could not be more excited to be sharing with you a wonderful new friend to the show, Precious Jewell. Precious is a visionary strategist, executive career coach, and founder of HRBoutique, a certified MBE firm. Hailing from Louisville, Kentucky, and a graduate of Indiana Wesleyan University, Precious is also the author of the memoir Pulling Back the Covers, where she shares a personal journey and struggle. Over the past 15 years, Precious has devoted her professional life to empowering others through human resources. Her expertise has been featured in numerous podcasts and magazines, and she is a distinguished graduate of prestigious business cohorts such as Babson College, Leading Women, and the Amber Black Collective. Precious is also a strong advocate for important initiatives like BNI and End Workplace Abuse. And on a personal note, she is the proud mother of two wonderful young adults. And Precious, I am so happy to have you here today. How are you?
Thank you, Sue, for having me. How are
Excited
you?
to have you here. I'm great. And I'm so happy to have a chance to share you with our friends here with TDC communities. Please go ahead and tell us a bit more about what you do.
Hi, everyone. I'm Precious Jewell. I'm the owner of HR Boutique. I am a 15-year veteran of human resources management. I love human resources, and I've been here doing the hard work that, helps people get gainfully employed. So, HR Boutique was born after I had got terminated from a job back in November 8th, 2023. So we're about 2 years old now. And we help organizations grow their people operations. And what that means is your talent acquisition strategy, your benefits strategy, your employee handbook, your training, and then also your technology. We help modernize your technology for today's modern workplace.
And that is huge. Being able to connect those dots and be that knowledgeable part of HR, that especially with startup companies and small business owners, they need that resource because we're experts at what we do, but not at that part, and that's where we need you.
Oh, thank you so much, Sue, for saying that. I really feel like I can provide resources to help scale your organization and help you get organized around your people strategy, and then also make sure that you stay in compliance so you can grow your business.
That is so important. People sometimes, you don't know what you don't know. And that's where having
Right.
somebody who does have that background and can be that voice makes all the difference.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Well, and I love what I'm reading behind you. Empower, elevate, succeed. Tell me a little bit more about that part of what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyone that I come across in my life, I feel like I want to empower them wherever they are on their life's journey, that they can do big things and they can go after their dreams and they can put a plan in place. So I like to empower. Elevate is elevate your thinking. How are you thinking about oneself. How do you plan to get to your goals? How do you want to elevate your community, your voice, and your message and succeed? We succeed by working together and believing in your goals and then pulling it all together to empower, elevate, and succeed.
Awesome. And that totally makes sense to me how you and Kurt and I connected because Helpopedia was that connecting point, and that speaks so perfectly to what that organization does.
Yeah, absolutely. Helping the youth and putting career readiness in their lap and giving them sort of a blueprint so they don't have to work as hard to try to figure it out. I love that, right?
Exactly. Instead of reinventing the wheel, you have people you can lean on who've been there, done that, and can share that.
Yeah, it's definitely important to get a youth or get the youth to have some sort of coach and some sort of educational opportunity to kind of help them map their strategy. And that's what we do here at HR Boutique, not only for the youth, but some of your senior profession organizationals too. Organizations.
Well, and I know that you've written a book as well. I wonder if you want to share a bit more about that.
Yeah, I'm a self-published author. I wrote a book called Pulling Back the Covers back in 2014. I can't believe it's been 10 years now. Where does 10 years go?
Time flies.
But yeah, I did write that book to just let people know I was here and I am a survivor of child abuse. And I wanted to write that book as a healing memoir to how I was planning to move forward in life. And I think that's an empowerment testament of things that I had to overcome, and other people may have had to overcome similar challenges. And so I just wanted to share, and then I plan to write another book and share some more, right? Because I think
Mhm.
once you share, you educate, and when you have knowledge, you can make informed decisions.
Exactly. And to have somebody that you can relate to as well is makes all the difference too. Because I know there's times we feel a little bit alone in our experience because we don't know what we don't know, and
Yeah.
we're experiencing life in the way that we are. And to know that there's people out there who've been through similar things that have experience that we can lean on and lean into a little bit to make it easier for ourselves to that we can learn, that we can relate. I know having that community makes such a difference. And I know you're speaking to that a little bit when we were talking earlier.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you never know what we go through and what we may be challenging with. And if I can leave just a little bit of legacy around what you can overcome, I think I'll be doing a great service. Being able to help inspire, regardless of challenges, and empower, regardless of difficulties and challenges, and just just to keep going.
Absolutely. And I know you had made a comment earlier about depression, and wondering if you want to share a little bit about that too.
Absolutely. When I look back over my life, it had been a lot of dark places, a lot of pain, a lot of trauma. And sometimes when you've been through certain things, it's almost hard to get over sometimes, and you can feel lonely and sad and just those feelings that doesn't make you feel great. Not like not feeling your best self. And so I suffered from depression early on in my life, and some adult in my life. I was just sad about the past, and sad about just how my life had turned out sometimes, right? So depression is real, and depression may be seasonal, or may come up seasonal. It may come up, during holidays, during just hard times. So I think it's good to let people know that depression is real, but it doesn't have to stay. You can do things to get depression to go away.
That's that
And I,
that idea of community. I think I know is one thing that you
yeah.
were saying too, that makes a big difference when you have a community that you can lean into and
Mm,
interact with and look to for help. It's
yeah.
okay to be at that place.
Yeah. I always like to think like if you cry, it's okay to cry, get it out, journal about it, talk to a friend, but just don't stay in that sad place, right? Get up and go take a walk. And this is just general information, right? That we all can do to just kind of make ourselves feel better sometimes when we don't feel good.
I know one thing that we do on actually on a daily basis, we have a program at noon central called the Shakedown.
Oh,
And it's literally 15 minutes of music and motion. And
yeah.
we have shakers, or you can shake your fist, or you can have something, maraca, or, whatever. And it's 15 minutes of music and motion. And there's days where
Love
I'm
that.
sitting there and I'm like, I don't know that I want to do this today. I don't have, I'm all in my head. I got stuff going on. But it's like, nope, I'm taking the 15 minutes. Here we go. And I always walk out of it feeling better than when I got there.
Good idea. Just
So
have your
good.
little rocker and there you go.
Having
That's a fun
something to
way.
do.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things. It's open to anybody. If there's the best place to find information actually is on Facebook with that. Or as we're talking about it, I will throw out there my email address if anybody wants the Zoom link. Email me, susan@projectdiehard.org, and I will make sure you get that link. I don't own that Zoom account, so I'm not going to share it live on here, but I'm happy to share it out by request. So susan@projectdiehard.org.
That's
But yeah,
sweet.
having something like that to be able to, whatever it is, everybody has a thing, right? And if you can be with people, we actually have a pretty tight core group that's been coming, and then others who come occasionally. And that kind of goes back to that community and looking out for each other and having people to talk to. I know there's one wonderful woman that comes on there that we're sometimes the only people she talks to all day.
Oh,
And it's just the way that things go, right? And it's a
yeah.
great connecting point.
I'll tell you, that was a great story, Sue. I'll share one with you too that my grandmother told me a long time ago. So she was in love with she shells, like she shells from the ocean.
Hmm.
And I remember, being real sad. And she would tell me, Precious, whenever you find a she shell, lift it up and listen to it and have the ocean.
Yes.
And it was very calming to be able to listen to a seashell. So recently, I was doing a little bit of shopping, retail shopping, and I was at a store and I found a bracelet that had all of the seashells on it, and that's my lucky bracelet. So it just reminds me that when life is tugging, that there's a little bit of ocean that you can listen to help calm you down.
That's beautiful. I love that.
And I always kept that with me. So yeah, get you a seashell, listen for the ocean.
I will never look at a shell the same way again. That'll be something that I can keep in my mind too. I love that. So,
Your grandmother tells you wise stories and you just, keep those with you forever, right?
absolutely. Oh my gosh. And actually, I do see that Kurt's joining us here as well. I want to give him a chance to say hello and come on in. How you doing, Kurt?
I'm doing wonderful. Great to be here.
To
And I
see
know
you,
you just
Kurt.
you're coming in from the open mind. I'm kind of wondering if you have anything you want to share from what you just were attending.
Well, they took on reference to in their morning reading sessions, they're taking on Mindset by Carol Dweck. And so they were looking at, fixed mindsets and kind of what happens when we're dealing with people with a fixed mindset, or if we have the fixed mindset. And it's an interesting conversation for a program called Open Mind.
Mm.
Um, you
Perfect.
know, yeah. So So the whole idea is about, creativity and innovation, and I refer to the art form of, allowing, the art of allowing, and this energetic space, to say that, what we do, how we act, how we think, all the things, we contribute to the energy between us and our surroundings. So these are decisions and choices, and kind of how we navigate our lives. And I talk a lot about, in the journey that we've been on, that there's this idea of a quantum leap, that because people speak to sometimes when they look at that, we're doing the Today Communities show, we're doing Ability MK now, we're doing Shakedown, we're doing Acts of Kindness, we're doing Community Pay It Forward, we're doing HR, we're doing all these things. Like, it's kind of like, how do you do it? Well, the idea is I don't have to do it.
Mm.
The idea is we're surrounding ourselves by people who do it, and it's putting it together, like you're talking about, in community. And the idea is within our community, it all gets done. Many hands make light work. So right now, speaking of many hands, what better to do with your hands than sign language? So we have Mariana Waikiki coming on in here. Marianne, what's going on over by you? Looks like you got the party going on.
The universe kind of changed after we went out. I would say we go through a hurricane, calm before the storm. We go through it, get nervous, you get anxiety, and take care of our physical space. And universe blessed us with stuff. The captain called us to tell me to, hey, what's the weather like down there? A lot of people, floods and stuff like that. But my neighbor is an architect, and he brought his buddies over tonight, and so we're volleyballing. So gotta shift that energy, right? Gotta shift that energy. So we blew it all up, and there we go. So gotta put things down for a while, and I guess I get knocked down, but get it back up again too. So even today it was funny because honestly, our cleaning lady comes over, we're like cleaning up all our space, letting go of the energy, because we were targeted to anxiety with the hurricane and all that. And yeah, you got to prepare for stuff. And so it's a different kind of mindset too when you're a sailor and all that. But we're here and we're safe. And guess what? The architect's friends come over, and here you go. So shifting my energy today too, cleaned everything up. And yesterday too, a cabin called me, and I said, I pulled everything out of my closet, kind of prepared to regroup or just hang everything out there too, or whatever. And so yeah, so it's a shift of energy. So just like you two, skiers and all that kind of stuff, get it out, clean it up, let the sun dry it out, and so go out and play. Back to you, Sue Roscoff.
Awesome. So glad you're here. And so
Showed up here today. I'm sorry, tonight, but yeah. So, we do take care of our community. So go out and play.
and you're living up to your tagline. I love it. You got to do it.
And
So-
and Leon's, I think he exited Hawaii, so that's all I can tell you too. I was homesick. I saw the pictures. I'm not there, but that's okay. But the captain and I are down here. So we're down here as well. So looking good. He called, wanted to make sure everything was aboard on the boat and everything like that. So that's all I can tell you. So I'm very lucky and very blessed. And so there you go. The books are out there with nonprofit TV, and you guys too as well. So I don't see all that hard work and creative work and all that, and make it happen. And I don't want to get into I heard some things too where educators are not being paid, and special education, all that kind of stuff. And I want to shine a light with it, because I don't want to say what's happening in the US and all that. We did a lot of work. I spent a lot to a lot of teachers and educators and shine the light. Don't be the darkness. So I'm kind of felt that way this morning. I had to regroup, but shine the light because we got really good things that are going on. So back to you, Mr. Kurt Roscoff.
Excellent. So that is a huge thing. And actually, I'll mention a website real quick, actsofkindnessseries.com. Again, www.actsofkindnessseries.com. So that is definitely one to go check out and share everywhere because it truly is a positive place in our world here. I love it. So, Precious,
And
go ahead.
especially for the special education department teachers
Yeah.
who may have been, what I've heard is furloughed or there, get the light out there that I'm in support of them. So I don't know what I've heard, but there you go. We're in support of all kind of special education. Um, I don't know what I hear is fake news or not, but it hits us down too in regards to the fact that, there's sign language interpreters out there, there's special education teachers out there that are doing the work. And
Mhm.
how can you take those benefits away or that opportunity, or there's no growth with them? I got to do it over 30 years, okay? I
Mhm.
think I've changed or whatever. I didn't know what I was gonna get into or whatever, and we do change and we get different careers and all that stuff. And, you know, I just really wish the best that, they look at the light of how much can change now that as previous social worker with the deaf. And I got to interpret for a beautiful deaf man. He got a career into, veterinary assistance. And so when the higher people up there say that, oh, we're going to take away this kind of stuff, I'm going to say not a future. Yes, there is, because people have really made a difference. And also, too, there's deaf doctors now, there's everything. So, crushed my heart, but I got to move on with it. And so I'm just sharing that with you. So that, you know, let there be light with it. Let there be light with it. All the
Yeah.
special education teachers and all that stuff. I've seen growth and everything, or my personal self too. So yes, let there be light. So
I love that. Did Marianne say she was a teacher?
thank you. No,
Yeah, with her book.
it's very important.
Are you
You
you're a
know,
teacher?
I'm sorry, what?
Are you a teacher?
No, I never was. I was a
Oh,
sign language interpreter.
okay, okay. Well, teachers are one of my favorite people. Because when I was growing up, I didn't have community, but I had teachers. And teachers made me feel safe and well cared for. And I think they were instrumental in making me feel like I could do any and everything.
Of course they are. We all are, and we can do that too as
Yeah.
well.
If you have a great teacher, that's a great thing.
So you can check out the Acts of Kindness series and all that. We love our teachers and too. And you never know what your road can go. And the universe told me I was going to write a series of children's sign language books.
Yeah, that would be beautiful, Marianne.
Thank you. But it really, really touches my heart in regards to, Kurt and Sue, I sent you a couple things that, I read up on. And if they're getting rid of the DOE and the Department of Education, special education, what's gonna happen with the schools for the deaf? I mean, I don't want to get into that, but I read and that's serious, I want to say public education and what our government is trying to say and all that kind of stuff. So I wish everybody well to the highest good. And
We need
so,
to pay attention to what's going on out there because it's we need to have a voice in what's happening and pay attention.
oh,
We don't want to just
absolutely.
let things happen around us and not be part of the solution.
Mhm.
Exactly. So, think about the special education and the deaf community too. Those are institutions as well. So I don't want to get into it. I want to cry. But yes, these are, we're hit by a lot of different things on the unknown. And anyway, so I'm going to go out and play volleyball. But yes,
Well,
it's a
your work.
concern. I'm a concerned citizen, and I'm grateful for the opportunity experience that I have. So
Yeah.
thank you, Mr. Kurt Roscoff and Sue, for just shining the light and for this evening too as well. So we wish everybody well.
So thanks,
Yeah.
Marianne.
And Marianne, I just want to tell you, your work matters. Write those children's books.
I know they're
I
out
know,
there. They're
right?
out there. I know. I look back in 10 years and look what I've done.
Yeah. And the smile that you'll bring on someone's face, I mean, that's just, you can't replace that at all. So I look forward to seeing a book.
Well, that's what the universe told me was my next purpose. I laughed and I joked,
So
but
listen to the universe, Marianne.
I did. So I know. So they're done. And it's off to nonprofit TV too as well. So we have a great community as well. And just, yes, shine the light, get them out there to them. And don't let the government, I don't want to say, and I can't, use those words, but to take away all these other things and their expectations, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I did it too 30 years ago, and look at the deaf community who is working, who is doing something. My deaf friend became a veterinary assistant, doctors. So don't belittle, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and it's also interpreting as well to give them the education. So they're saying, oh, we'll cut this off. So I don't want to get into it. I'm going to emotional and tears of joy, but also too is also learning and signing and all that stuff. So I've had a great career. So okay,
Important work.
I got boys and men here now.
Enjoy.
And so we're playing volleyball here, Mr. Kurt. So I think maybe who was Bob that made me want to come down and play volleyball down here.
The one-man volleyball team, Bob Holmes.
There you go.
Nice.
Awesome. Well, and as we're coming up towards the end here, Precious, I do want to give you a chance to share any final thoughts with us here tonight.
Oh, well, I just really appreciate being on the show. And thank you, Mr. Roscoff, for having me, and Sue for interviewing me, and Emily for coordinating it for me. I think the best thing I could leave with your show is to think what's impossible and go do it. I'm a living witness.
Perfect. Yeah. Let's see, that reminds me of one of my first bosses that he would always say, just do it. And it got to a point of saying, JDI, baby, come on, JDI. And that rings in my mind when I hear that. And you're right. Just do it. Go and make a difference. There's so many good things. Oh gosh, I'm so grateful, Precious, that you were here with us. Remind us again of your website.
Yeah, sure. It's HRBoutiqueServices.net.
Excellent. HRBoutiqueServices.net. And a couple quick notes. I know Emily was sharing that the Integral Conference is going to be coming up. It's on November the 1st. So it's 2.5 weeks from now, November 1st, for that Integral Conference, autism awareness and education. And it's been going on for years, and it's a great, great event. So please mark your calendars for that on November the 1st. I also want to do a quick shout out for a local organization here, JBF, Just Between Friends. It is a consignment sale opportunity, and it is live and happening right now. There's actually events across the country, but the one that's local to me right here is happening right now. The week of October 15th through the 18th here. There's a few more days yet, and it's at the Waukesha County Fairgrounds in Wisconsin. So if you're anywhere in my area, come on out and check it out. You might just find me there because I'm going to be there a lot. I'm working the event, and it's a lot of fun. And if you have any need for any kid-related anything, you will find it there. So actually, Kurt, I was going to give you a final word here as well.
Well, we're going to build it on the word revolution, folks. I'm here because I came into the capacity of renegade, maverick, son of a gun, revolter, whatever we got to do, coming against any forces and barrier demolition to look at every problem and to provide a solution to go along with our revolution. So we seriously are driving a change all around the world with our partner On the Mark TV with Mark Balin and all of the partnerships coming in, swarming around this. We, through our collective, have reaches of 750 million people, 750 million people around the world. And we are continuing to grow our reaches. My destination is we're going to create an interconnectivity around the world of the entire population, 8 billion people strong. In Africa, there's use of francophones and the whole thing. So whether, in the grid, off the grid, however we do it, we're going to make sure that every person is empowered because today's problems require the participation of everyone. We do, quite seriously, in humankind, have a human resource issue, an HR problem of how we run the planet. So we can look at that, we've had the billions of people throughout the history of humankind. And right now we have 8 billion people on the planet. So we're going to use this team of 8 billion people as one unit, one organism spread all around the world. Remember, we came from one. And then there were 2, and then there were 3, and then there were 4. And through this whole mitosis process, we now are 8 billion. So we are all little elements that are required to come in and be a part of the game. So we are all equally yoked to answer the 100 things that, plague and, create these things where we might feel darkness and all the human experiences, but we can come over and above it by shining a light to look at the positive side. Like they say, if you feel like your glass is half empty, pour it in a smaller glass and just keep on celebrating, So we're going to put all of these thoughts and processes together. We're going to use today's technology. We're going to use the hearts of everybody all around the planet. And we're going to have this quantum leap. And we're going to celebrate in years to come where we're going to look around and we're going to have that experience like in celebrating New Year's Eve fashion, where we're going to be plugging into continents and countries and cities and villages and towns and all the things all around the world. And we're going to be able to do this through what's available today. There's so many things that we'll be reporting on throughout the remainder of the year. And don't miss our New Year's Day press conference. Again, you are all tuning in because you are part of the revolution. Back to you, Sue.
Awesome. Thank you so much. As always, with this amazing community that comes together and puts this all together, I am so grateful to each and every one of you. And I do see one more note from Emily, as far as with the Integral Conference, there's a website, integralautism.org. That again is integralautism.org. You can find all the details there. Spread that far and wide. It's definitely a good event to be plugging into. So for all of us here with the TDC Today Show communities, as always,